All right, let's talk about something that is so frustrating. It's this thing called the healthy diet paradox. You know the feeling, right? You're doing everything you're supposed to. You're eating clean, you're following all the rules, but you just feel worse. We're gonna get into why that happens.
So, does this sound familiar? You've cleaned up your diet, you're buying all the organic stuff, your fridge is packed with kale and veggies, you're making green smoothies. But you're still bloated, you're exhausted all the time, maybe you feel a little anxious, and you've got that annoying brain fog. It's so easy to think, what am I doing wrong? But listen, you're not alone, and it is not your fault.
This quote right here, this is the key to the whole puzzle. The words to focus on are wrong time and overwhelmed. It's not that the healthy food is bad, not at all. It's about the context. It's about the state your body is in when you're actually eating that food. And understanding that, well, that changes everything.
Okay, so let's put on our detective hats for a minute. All those symptoms, the bloating, the tiredness, they aren't failures. Think of them as clues. They're like breadcrumbs leading us to the real root of the problem. So let's start following the trail.
This right here perfectly captures that disconnect, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the expectation. You eat this beautiful, healthy salad, and you think you're going to feel energized and light and focused. But then, the reality on the right hits. You feel bloated, exhausted, foggy, and just heavy. This huge gap between what we think should happen and what actually happens is our first major clue.
So what is physically going on here? Well, you can think of raw, high-fiber foods as a really tough workout for your gut. And if your digestive system is already kind of stressed out or sluggish, it just can't keep up. So instead of breaking those foods down, they just sit there and they start to ferment. The gut bacteria have a little party, which produces a ton of gas, and boom, that's where all that bloating and discomfort comes from.
But here's the plot twist. That fermentation? It's just a symptom. It's not the real cause. To solve this mystery, we have to look deeper than just what's on our plate. We need to ask why our gut is so sluggish to begin with. So, let's get to the big reveal.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If the kale salad isn't the bad guy here, then what is? Well, the answer, and this might surprise you, has a lot less to do with the food you're eating and a whole lot more to do with what's going on in your nervous system.
So to really get this, we have to talk about something called the autonomic nervous system. Just think of it as your body's master switch. It only has two settings. There's rest and digest, which is that calm, safe feeling where your body can actually absorb nutrients. And then there's fight or flight, which is that high-alert stress mode. These two states are constantly talking to each other through a network of nerves, and the main line connecting your brain and gut is called the vagus nerve.
And this is where it all connects. When you're stressed out, which, let's be honest, could be from work, traffic, or just scrolling the news, your body flips that switch into fight or flight. And when that happens, digestion is one of the first things to get shut down. Your body literally says, nope, no time to digest this salad, we might need to run from danger. It's an ancient survival tool that's just not designed for our modern, chronically stressed world.
I absolutely love this quote because it just says it all. Our bodies are wired to handle real life or death threats, like an actual tiger. But today, we're activating that exact same emergency response for an overflowing inbox or a tense conversation. It's no wonder our digestive systems are completely confused.
So there you have it. The real culprit isn't the food. It's a nervous system that's stuck in overdrive. You could be eating the healthiest, most perfect diet on the planet, but if your body is in a constant state of low-grade panic, it's like trying to fill a water bottle with the cap still on. The good stuff just can't get in.
Okay, so we've found the culprit, but what's the solution? Well, the good news is it's not another crazy diet or some complicated new set of rules. The way forward is actually so much simpler and a lot kinder.
The secret here isn't about more restriction. It's about more support. It's about a gentle reframe in how we see things. Instead of looking at our body's symptoms as problems to be fixed, we start seeing them as signals, as communication from a body that's just trying to get our attention. Let's go back to bloating. Instead of getting mad about it, what if you saw it as your gut just raising its hand and saying, hey, it's a little stressed down here right now. Could we get some help? See the difference? It's a shift from blaming yourself to getting curious about what your body needs. And it's the same exact thing with that post-meal exhaustion. It's not laziness, it's just information. It might just be your body saying, whew, that took a lot of energy to process. Maybe next time we could try something a little easier on the system. It's about listening, not forcing.
So what can you actually do starting today? Well, number one is that perspective shift we just talked about. See symptoms as signals. Number 2, maybe reduce the burden on your gut for a bit. Try more warm cooked foods, soups, stews, roasted veggies, instead of big raw salads. 3, eat mindfully. That means putting your phone down, stepping away from the computer, and just breathing before you take a bite. And finally, number 4, prioritize calming your nervous system. That could mean a few deep belly breaths, a short walk, whatever helps you feel safe and calm.
If you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this: you cannot separate gut health from nervous system health. They are two sides of the same coin. When you help your nervous system feel safe, you are sending a direct signal to your gut that it's okay to relax and do its job. That is where real healing starts.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. What if the answer isn't more control, more rules, more restriction? What if true healing is actually about having more compassion for yourself? What if it starts not with a new diet plan, but with a simple, kind act, like taking a deep breath before you eat? Maybe that's the real secret.